Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're taking a look at Hang Seng Tech and Hang Seng Index as well as both 9988 and Tencent. So without further ado, let's first start off with the Hang Seng Index. So as you can see, the Hang Seng Index actually put down slightly further this week, but on Friday itself, we managed to close around the week positions. And as you can see on the way up, the cloud acts as a resistance. And even though the cloud resistance is pretty thin, it still is a very strong resistance. So the next resistance after this 20.7K, we're looking at 21.2K at the key 61.8%, which is a very strong resistance for the Hang Seng Index. That said, you can see that past 2 days, this critical support here at this rate baseline around 19.9K was in fact tested, and we managed to finish the day high. And thereafter, the blue conversion line, which is around 20.3K, acted as a support, and we managed to close the week around 20.4K. So as of now, things are starting to look pretty good. Until we break down this 19.9K, then things may start to turn pretty bearish, and we may potentially come back down to retest this 18.8K for this HSI. So let's take a look at Hang Seng Tech. So the Hang Seng Tech, pretty similar situation. You can see that this we actually touched the cloud and we could not break out above this cloud resistance here. So it's still a very strong resistance. And clearly you can see that this rate baseline acted as a pretty good support around 4057 on Thursday itself. And the next resistance to watch out for is really approaching at this blue conversion line at 4207. So for the week, we closed around 4164 at around this 38.2%. So the next two resistance to watch out for will be 4289 and 4416. So let's move on to 998. So for Alibaba, as you can see, once we hit this cloud resistance, we actually pull back down, and we're looking at a pullback currently. So looking at the pullback, the rate baseline is around $90, which is this critical baseline here. We have yet to touch it. We bounced off around 91, 92 earlier last week. So currently now the cloud is still acting as a pretty strong resistance. If we can clear this blue conversion line at around $96, then potentially we may go back up to test this $100 psychological resistance level. So lastly, let's take a look at Tencent. So for Tencent, we seem to be breaking down, and we actually almost broke down this cloud resistance here. You can see that once we break down, we managed to close higher. And previously, the cloud acted as a strong resistance here. So we are expecting the cloud to act as a strong resistance here as well. So for the two supports to watch out for, currently now is around the current support around 364 and this rate baseline here. And the blue conversion line resistance is pretty near around 370. Once we can clear 370, potentially we may go back up to 380 or even 390 levels for Tencent. That said, in the event that we actually break down this 350 and even 330 levels, we may potentially see more downside ahead for the 700 listed in Hong Kong. So overall, you can see that the cloud is acting as a pretty strong resistance for the respective constituents as well as the index. So hopefully next week we can break out above this cloud resistance, and then we may potentially see more upside ahead for the respective counters. So if there's any changes, I'll give you guys an update. Thanks for stopping by. Till we meet again. Appreciate the manipulation.